Hey, welcome to the show. My name's Billy. This episode, I'm going to be talking about the Oakland A's and their possible move to Las Vegas. So it feels like, granted, I'm not an A's fan, so I'm not, I don't know everything that's going on. But from an outsider looking in, it almost feels like the A's owners were sitting around watching movies one day, and they popped in Major League, which if you haven't seen, it's a good movie. Go watch it. I think it's on Netflix or it's on some streaming device, I'm sure. But anyways, they were watching it and they were like, so if we put a bad team out there, bad product on the field, and fans don't come and watch, we can possibly relocate this team? I'll keep that in mind. Because I swear, it feels like that's what is going on. Only 2 times in the past 20 years have the Kings, or not the A's, not been in the bottom 10 of payroll. 2 times have they not been in the bottom 10 of payroll. That's ridiculous. That's like they're trying to make the team as bad as they can so that they can say, look, no one's coming to watch us. Our fans are terrible. We have no fans. No one wants to come here and watch. Well, yeah, because the product you're putting on the field is not good. Spend money, get players, and they'll come, and the fans will come. It's not rocket science. Like, come on. And even the players know that if once they start getting good, they're going to get traded. One of the players, I forgot who it was. I think it was maybe Josh Donaldson or something, Matt Olson or someone. They even came out. They even said they knew that once they started getting good, they wouldn't be on that team anymore. Like, what kind of it's terrible mindset. Like, oh, once I get good, no, I'm gonna be gone. It's almost like the running joke is that the A's are the AAA for the rest of the league. Like, once a player starts getting good, they're not going to pay them. Therefore, they're going to trade them and get rookies or minor leaguers and try to build them up. And then once they get good, they're going to trade them. And it's sad. And it's like, come on, like, put a good product on the field, and then people will come and watch. Honestly, it kind of feels like the Kings situation, where the owners are trying their hardest to move. And unfortunately, it doesn't look like the city of Oakland is going to be able to keep them. And Bryce Harper just came out recently and said the A's should stay. Their history is in Oakland, not Vegas. It's going to take 15 to 20 years for the A's in Vegas to get a fan base. It's going to, for those 5-6-year-olds to grow up as A's fans. Because right now, Vegas, the fans are the Dodgers, the Padres, the Diamondbacks. They're not A's fans. The A's have no fan base in Vegas. So it's going to take 20 to 15 years. And if you don't put a winning product on the field, it's going to take even longer because no one's going to want to be a fan of a team that's losing like that. Especially in Vegas. Like, they got better things to do for 2 to 3 hours than go watch a team not perform well, leave, spend money to go watch that team not perform well, then go somewhere else, spend money, and have a better time. It's like, come on. Like, you cannot not spend money and expect fans to come and give you money to not perform well. It's like, I don't know what's going on. And so the thing is, in Vegas, they have the Golden Knights. Their ticket sales are out of the roof. But, they just won the Stanley Cup. So they're winning. They're putting fans in the stands because they're winning. Just like anywhere else, you win, the fans will come. You put a good product on the field, the ice, or whatever, the fans will come. But now, and they were an expansion team, so there was no other really fan base. They built that fan base. So now you look on the other side, and you have the Raiders, who moved also from Oakland to Vegas, and they're not selling as well. They were 26th in ticket sales this past year. And yeah, they weren't that good, but the year before they were in the playoffs. But it's like the fan base isn't there. The fan base is in Oakland, not in Vegas. And it's like these owners don't realize, like, oh, let's go here. And I'm sure they know this, but it's a smaller market in Vegas. If you can't make it in Oakland, what makes you think you're going to make it in Vegas? That's a smaller market. You got more stuff to do. People rather can go to the casino. There's plenty of other things that the fans can do. If you're not winning, they're not going to go and watch a bad product. And especially in the summer, like, who wants to sit in the sun? Yeah, I know there's going to be a retractable roof and whatnot. But until they decide to spend money on the team, nobody's going to go and watch that team play. No matter where you are, no one's going to watch them play. Now, the other night they did a reverse boycott to where instead of not going to the game, everyone bought tickets and they went to the game, and they got over 27,000 fans at the game. At one point in the fifth inning, the first bite of the game, everyone stood up and was completely silent, not a sound. Then after he got a hit and the second batter came up, they all started yelling, "Sell the team." And it was so loud that the pitcher thought the pitch comm that tells him what pitch to throw, he thought it was broke because he couldn't hear it. That's how loud they were. That's insane. That's also another thing, like, is this going to work in the playoffs when it gets really loud? But it's another subject. But the fans are there. But the owner doesn't want the fans there, obviously. He's trying to and it looks like it's going to work, unfortunately. But he's obviously putting a bad team on the field on purpose to make it so the fans don't come. Therefore, he can move them to Vegas, get more money, so he doesn't have to spend it to get the stadium. Because, let's be honest, they've had plenty of chances in Oakland to build a stadium, but they keep backing out of it. Again, very similar to the Maloofs in Sacramento, to where they would get an agreement for a stadium, and then a month later, yeah, it's not going to work out. We're going to back out. It's like, wait, what? We had an agreement. Now you're backing out saying this. Like, what? Come on. So I don't think the problem is the fans. It's the owner that needs to be gone. Because that stadium it's terrible. The worst stadium in the major leagues. Has to be. There's constantly sewage problems in the dugouts. It's bad. They need a new stadium. They need it to be in Oakland. Oakland went from having basketball, football, to baseball, to about to have no major sporting team. Like, that's sad. That's a pretty big market to not have any major sports. And like I said, when you think Oakland, you think A's, Raiders. They're about to have nothing. And that's not a good look, especially for baseball. To be like, oh, yep, sorry, no fans. Yep, they're gone. Send them to Vegas. But yeah, it's just sad when you look at the payroll. And in the last 10 years, the highest they've been has been bottom 7 of payroll. That's terrible. And I want to say that year they made the playoffs, but they lost to the Yankees. So even having a bad payroll, they were still able to make it to the playoffs. 22, they were in year 20, they were 5th. Granted, that was the COVID year. I want to say they beat the White Sox that year, and then they lost in the second round. But it's like, even with this terrible owner and not spending money, some of these years they're still able to make the playoffs. This year, yeah, they're bad. They are very bad. Up until recently, they just won 7 in a row. They had the worst record in the majors, but now it's the Royals, who sadly have the worst record in the majors. But yeah, tell me what you think. Leave a comment, subscribe, like, ring the bell so you get notified of my next video. Let me know what you guys think I should talk about next. Until next time, see you on the other side.